Derek Dixon has sued Perry for $260 million.
Went to go see Tyler, right?
Right.
This layout, he's probably, not probably, he's about 10 years ahead of
Atlanta filmmaker Tyler Perry is facing a $260 million lawsuit filed by actor Derek Dixon.
50 Cent just lit a fire under Tyler Perry, and it's heating up fast. Word on the street is that Perry's caught up in a lawsuit that's got Hollywood shook, and now 50 is jumping into the mix like he knows something big is about to go down.
I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to the parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participate.
Reports are flying that Tyler's scrambling behind the scenes, panicking even, while 50 Cent is out here saying, I know exactly why. He dropped a bold hint saying, I didn't participate. I didn't go to those parks. And then came the real sting. A lot of the celebrity coaches y'all don't hear speaking up is because they participated. That sounds messy. People are already whispering that this lawsuit could break Tyler the same way Diddy's scandal crushed him. And the wild part, this might just be the beginning. More people could be stepping forward real soon, and Perry's team is reportedly in full-blown damage control mode, trying to patch holes before the whole ship sinks.
They allowed him, when Tyler Perry went out to clubs and partied with friends and went and participated in the gay lifestyle like everybody else, Tyler Perry has probably been gay since he was a little kid.
So what exactly did 50 Cent say this time? And is Tyler Perry really about to get exposed on a whole new level? One thing's for sure. When 50 talks, folks pay attention. And this time, he's locked in on Tyler like a heat-seeking missile, with Perry knee-deep in legal drama that could destroy everything he's built.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know
He did
you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it.
50's latest comments didn't sound like gossip. They sounded like a warning. No playful shade, no cryptic tweets. This was straight up fire for anyone who's been keeping up with 50's online smoke sessions. 50 Cent's back on his troll game. And this time, his target is none other than Tyler Perry. Now, 50's always been bold when it comes to calling out industry heavyweights, but this hit, it's landing different. He took things up a notch by clowning Perry on Instagram, and the internet is eating it up. In one of his first posts, 50 dropped an AI-generated image of him and Tyler Perry with the wild caption, "Did that be just say what I think he said? Nah, we ain't jacking this S-gang, no way." That alone had people talking, but he wasn't done. A few hours later, he came back with another post. This time it featured a bizarre AI image of Cat Williams and Tyler Perry. The caption read, "Tyler, that case BS. Don't worry about that. Worry about this ninja here." Then he added, "He gonna have a field day with this SLOL," as caught by all hip-hop. 50 is clearly stirring the pot, and people are glued to it. What's wild is that not long ago, 50 was actually defending Tyler Perry. Just earlier this month, he clapped back at Perry's haters on Instagram, saying, "Hey, I think anyone who talks bad about Tyler Perry should die. I mean, we all gonna die, but you should die now." Yeah, he really said that.
Making television shows for just black households.
Right.
You know, diversity, I don't think diversity is black. Some people interpret you saying diversity as if it's black. I think it's showing, you know.
But now, that support looks like it's out the window, replaced with shade, jokes, and AI chaos. And all this is unfolding as Tyler's world is getting rocked with legal heat. Perry is now facing a massive lawsuit from actor Derek Dixon, who's coming after him for a staggering $260 million.
Filed lawsuit accuses Tyler Perry of an actor on one of the filmmaker's shows. Actor Derek Dixon has sued Perry for $260 million.
According to court docs shared by People, Dixon says the drama all started on the sets of Tyler's shows The Oval and Ruthless, where he played a character named Dale. At first, it looked like a dream setup. Dixon says Perry gave him acting roles, promised to help produce his pilot, and even built a close relationship with him. But then, everything allegedly flipped.
The lawsuit also includes screenshots of texts Dixon says he received from Perry that included advances.
Dixon claims that when he didn't return Perry's romantic interest, things took a dark turn. He says he was suddenly being ignored, pressured, and eventually punished in the industry. He even claims Perry sabotaged his career out of rejection. The lawsuit was filed on Friday, June 13th in Los Angeles, and it's already setting off alarms in Hollywood. With allegations of inappropriate behavior and retaliation, this case is no longer just behind the scenes. It's front page news.
It says Perry sexually assaulted him at Perry's Atlanta home in January of 2020.
And 50 Cent, he's making sure the whole world watches it all unfold. Tyler Perry's legal team is firing back hard. His lawyer, Matthew Boyd, told people that this whole lawsuit is nothing more than a setup, a straight-up scam. Boyd claimed this is someone who got close to Tyler Perry just to run a scam. Tyler won't be bullied, and we believe these false claims won't stand. But actor Derek Dixon is standing on his story, and the details he's laying out are intense. Dixon claims that after first connecting with Perry, things got real personal. He says Perry would sometimes flirt with him through messages, other times offering to help turn his life around and help him find more work in the industry. In November 2019, Perry gave him a small role on the show Ruthless. Then, just 2 months later, in January 2020, Dixon says everything crossed the line, claiming Perry forced himself on him at his home. And that was just the start. A month later, Perry reportedly offered Dixon a more permanent role on the Oval. But Dixon says something about it didn't sit right. He read through the script for his character, Dale, and noticed that the ending was left wide open. There was no promise his character would stick around.
Tyler Perry has been hit with a huge lawsuit from an actor by the name of Derek Dixon.
According to the lawsuit, Perry allegedly told him point blank that if he didn't flirt back or play along, his character could be written off. Fast forward to the end of season 1, and what happened? Dale got shot 4 times in the chest. Dixon believes that was no accident. He says Perry used it as a clear message. Stay in line or you're out. But it didn't end on set. Dixon says that after filming, Perry invited him into his trailer. And once inside, things allegedly turned physical. Dixon claims Perry pinned him against the wall and groped him. Another incident allegedly happened months later during a cast trip to the Bahamas in October 2020, where Perry allegedly groped him again. By December of that year, things had taken a serious toll on Dixon. He says he visited a doctor who diagnosed him with severe stress, trouble sleeping, stomach issues, and dangerously low cortisol levels, all signs of intense anxiety. The doctor reportedly prescribed him Zoloft to treat the depression and panic he was battling. Then in June 2021, Dixon says Perry reached out again, this time inviting him to his house under the pretense of discussing Losing It, the pilot Dixon had written and Perry once showed interest in producing. But according to Dixon, the visit didn't go how he expected. He says Perry crossed the line again. In the 5 months after those alleged incidents, Derek Dixon says his life spiraled. He was battling intense depression, anxiety, nonstop stomach pain, and constant nausea. His body was in survival mode. Eventually, he was diagnosed with PTSD, and things kept getting worse. According to the lawsuit, people tied to Tyler Perry, referred to as fixers, allegedly stepped in, trying to smooth things over in secret. Dixon claims these so-called fixers offered him a raise to keep working on the Oval. Not only that, they reportedly dangled a big offer in front of him. Perry would buy the rights to produce Dixon's pilot. Losing It sounds like hush money. Dixon seems to think so. By January 2023, Dixon said he'd had enough. He told Perry he was moving to California to put some serious space between them. He stuck around on the Oval a little longer, but eventually walked away during the final season. And that decision, it came with a price. Dixon says he lost close to $400,000 in potential income by leaving the show early. Now he's hitting back hard. Dixon is suing Perry for a long list of serious accusations and demanding a full jury trial and a jaw-dropping $260 million in damages. But while the lawsuit's making headlines, 50 Cent just added gasoline to the fire, and fans are losing it. After dropping a savage comment aimed straight at Tyler Perry, 50 made one thing clear: he's washing his hands of Perry for good. And if you've been following 50, you already know he's been throwing heavy shots at Diddy for years, and not just to be petty. A lot of folks believe 50 knows some real Hollywood secrets.
Okay. You're telling me we got a kick in this shit, and he was like, yo, why don't we like go shopping or some shit? I mean, like, I pay for it. And I was like, what the fuck this nigga just said? I got the fuck away from him.
Insiders say the entertainment world is way smaller than it seems. And when you look at the big dogs like Diddy and Tyler Perry, their connection runs deeper than most realize. There have been whispers for years about quiet business deals, under-the-radar partnerships, and favors passed back and forth. But what if there's more? What if Tyler Perry wasn't just a bystander in Diddy's wild empire? What if he was part of it, pulling strings from behind the scenes and keeping his image squeaky clean while others took the fall? And let's be real, 50 Cent isn't just throwing shots for clicks. He's been right before. He's been ahead of the curve. So when he starts connecting dots between Diddy and Tyler Perry, people are definitely paying attention. 50 Cent isn't just trolling anymore. He's playing chess, not checkers. He's become one of the most powerful, unfiltered voices in the entertainment game, and the way he moves, always strategic. So if he's got his sights set on Tyler Perry now, trust it's not by accident.
Something to me one time, a long time ago, at Chris Lighty's wedding. He told me to take me shopping. I looked at him like, what the f?
It's personal, it's calculated, and it might just be historic. In a Hollywood landscape full of secrets, silence, and shady alliances, 50 might be the only one bold enough to speak up and shake things loose. While others stay quiet to protect their brand, he's out here exposing the real, and honestly, he's starting to look less like the problem child they used to paint him as, and more like the last line of defense for the black community in an industry that rarely tells the whole truth. And here's the twist. 50 Cent has already leveled up past where Tyler Perry used to be. While Perry built his empire off of Madea movies and family-friendly narratives, 50 came in with power, BMF, and a whole lineup of gritty, raw series that reflect real-life struggle, hustle, and truth. He's not playing it safe. He's telling stories that hit home, that connect with real people. Meanwhile, Perry was keeping things clean and cozy with Hollywood's elite, shaking hands, making safe moves, and staying close to the industry's inner circle. But 50, he was out here grinding, calling out the fake, and building his own empire from scratch. And now, that empire speaks louder than ever. He's not just producing shows, he's making a statement with every project. Let's not forget, 50's been on Diddy's neck for years, way before the media caught on. He's been pulling receipts, dropping subliminals, and shining a light on shady stuff no one else would dare touch. And now that Perry's name is being linked in those same circles, of course 50 has something to say, and you better believe he knows a lot more than he's letting on. These connections run deep, and 50 Cent's been watching them move in silence for a long time. With Diddy and Perry sharing business ties behind the scenes, 50 might be holding on to some explosive info that could shake both of their legacies. 50 Cent shared a wild screenshot showing two young men, the sons of a certain music mogul, being walked out of a luxury Los Angeles mansion in handcuffs. And his caption, "S just got real. The feds in all the cribs. Damn, they got the kids in cuffs." That alone had people glued to their phones. But he didn't stop there. In another post, he shared photos of federal agents swarming the mansion and added a bold message. Now, it's not, did he do it? It's, did he done? They don't roll in like that unless they got a case. You could feel the shade through the screen. 50 wasn't just commenting, he was pressing buttons. And while the media has been running with headlines, 50 Cent clearly saw an opening to remind everyone that this story is far from over. In a now deleted Instagram post, he seemed to hint that the situation was just heating up. He wrote, LOL, he paid that money real quick, should have done that before the sharks saw the blood in the water. And here they come in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, every woman he put his hand on. That message? Straight up savage. Then he jumped on Twitter and threw more jabs with a heavy dose of sarcasm. He posted a photo and wrote, damn, brother love, brother love, brother love. You out here looking crazy. But here's where things get even messier, because it seems like every time that music mogul's name gets tied to scandal, Tyler Perry's name ends up floating around too, like clockwork. People are starting to connect dots.
The man, but him saying that them putting him on suicide watch, I could see that, man, but that ain't a good situation for nobody. You see what happened to Jeffrey, and he got to put something together real soon because they not playing with him. He has to put something together real soon and say, yo, listen to me. I know this, I know that.
And what's coming up is wild. There's talk now that Perry might have been more involved in that world than anyone realized. The whispers, they're saying he was possibly acting as a handler, helping keep things under control behind the scenes in a space full of secrets. And when you mix that with the rumors of shady rituals and secret dealings in Hollywood, Perry's name is starting to come up in some unexpected ways. This ain't just internet gossip anymore. For years, folks in the industry have dropped hints about how things really go down behind closed doors. And now, with all this smoke building up, it's looking like the fire might finally be catching on, and Perry is right in the middle of it. The rumored connection between Tyler Perry and that high-profile music mogul has left a lot of people stunned. Perry, who's built his whole image around faith, family-friendly films, and being the head of one of the largest black-owned studios in the country, is now being linked to some serious behind-the-scenes allegations, and they don't match his public image at all. And now, actor Terry Crews is adding more layers to the situation. Known for speaking his is truth no matter what. Cruz recently hinted that Perry's ties to the industry's darker corners go deeper than folks thought. He said, he's connected to probably everyone I know in the business. I did not know this man. I never had a conversation with him ever. That right there was eye-opening. Because if someone as visible as Cruz never crossed paths with Perry personally, yet everyone around him has, that paints a strange picture of what's really going on behind the scenes. And let's be honest, once you start pulling the curtain back on those private industry parties, things get weird real fast. People have been side-eyeing certain exclusive events for years, wondering what really happens when the cameras aren't rolling. And 50 Cent, he's made it very clear he's staying far away from all of it. At one point, 50 posted a photo of a performance by the Mogul and another artist where the angle made it look way too cozy, like they were about to kiss. The photo went viral instantly, with 50 throwing subtle shade in the caption, just enough to make people look twice. The photo itself had folks scratching their heads, but paired with 50's tone, it felt like a message. Tyler's name has popped up when it comes to those exclusive, invite-only events. A lot of folks are sweating bullets, and with Tyler Perry's name getting mentioned more and more, people are starting to wonder just how deep the connection really goes. The guest list at those private parties, they weren't random. Models were reportedly handpicked to attend, selected with intention, not just for looks, but for other reasons too. And here's where it gets even more suspicious. Around the time rumors started swirling that Tyler Perry might be linked to some shady activity involving human trafficking, he suddenly popped up in a public service announcement about the very same topic. And now, come on, doesn't that timing feel just a little too perfect? In the PSA, the Medea creator stressed that many victims are targeted by people they trust. He urged folks to recognize the warning signs and report anything suspicious. He said it could save someone's life.
Human trafficking is a crime often hidden in plain sight. We like to think that it only happens in other places and only affects other people, but sadly it's happening right here in our backyard in Georgia.
And while that message sounds right, people couldn't help but raise eyebrows at the timing, especially with everything else going on. Behind the scenes, folks are connecting the dots. Insiders claim that whenever women were needed at certain elite parties, Tyler was allegedly the one making it happen. The rumors say he was facilitating things quietly, helping keep appearances smooth, while something way darker might have been happening, but it doesn't stop there. The whispers are getting louder about the existence of actual footage, video taken during one of those infamous parties, and reportedly, Tyler Perry could be caught on camera. That's right. If what's being said is true, he might be directly tied to the mess everyone else is trying to run from. Now, Tyler's been acting calm in public, trying to keep things low, staying off the radar, but lately, with a former security insider starting to hint at explosive evidence, Perry might not be able to lay low much longer. The streets are talking, and some say he's next in line to feel the pressure. But this situation is way bigger than one person. If these rumored tapes ever see the light of day, they could shift the entire conversation around the entertainment world's hidden truths. And if Tyler was acting as some sort of behind-the-scenes handler, he could be the one thrown under the bus if others in power try to save themselves. Let's keep it real. Hollywood's clean-cut image has been cracking for a while. With more allegations surfacing and whispers becoming louder, even actresses who once stayed quiet are now stepping up, asking the questions nobody wanted to face. And as Perry's name keeps popping up in more uncomfortable places, it's starting to look like the industry might be turning its back on him for good. At this point, you really gotta wonder, why would anyone still link up with someone tied to a situation this messy? Especially when it's starting to look like he wasn't just in the background. Nah, he might have actually played a major role, and if that's the case, that's a very bad look for Tyler Perry. Sure, he's no stranger to controversy, but the way he allegedly treated Monique, that might just be scratching the surface. And now, actresses are running the other way. The trust is gone, and the silence around it is starting to crack. It's been said that Tyler blackballed Monique from the industry, basically leaving her career stuck in limbo. And 50 Cent, he's not having it.
But you Tyler Perry, and you never told anyone too. I was like, canceled, like, Monique, why is she canceled? And he was like, nah, I never told no one not to work with her. And I said, but you Tyler Perry, and you never told anyone too.
He's one of the few with the guts to speak up, and he did just that. While speaking on cancel culture, 50 opened up about confronting Perry directly. He was confused, just like many fans were, about why Monique had been missing from major projects for over a decade. He said something like, canceled? Like Monique? Why is she canceled? That one question lit the spark. 50 didn't just defend her with words, he put action behind it. He made it clear that he's determined to get Monique back on top, where she belongs. And before doing it, he gave certain folks a chance to step up and fix the damage. He said it loud and clear. Now would be the perfect time to apologize because I'm bringing her back. I don't miss. Let that sink in. From the way 50 sees it, Perry held serious control over Monique's career. And when someone with that kind of pull decides to shut a door, it's no surprise she couldn't book roles. If true, that's not just shady, that's straight up industry manipulation. And now, 50 is exposing it without blinking. Tyler Perry's been at the top for years, building a clean image and making feel-good stories, but all that might be starting to fall apart. The game is shifting, and 50 Cent is leading the charge. Bold, unbothered, and committed to standing on what's right. In a place like Hollywood, where silence buys safety, 50 is doing the opposite. He's turning up the volume and putting pressure on the ones who've had unchecked power for too long, and people, they're finally paying attention. That's it for today's video, but this story is far from over. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Tyler Perry's time at the top is coming to an end, or will he find a way to spin it all again? Either way, we'll see you in the next one. And trust, the tea's only getting hotter.